Tell me when.
Rick, go.
All right. Well, I didn't get my smoker lit good enough. So this one's for you, Jay.
Let me pause.
How you light a smoker, frame it packed full of pine straw and raw material or whatever you can get in there. Heat it up to it's red, glowing hot on one side. With good smoke coming out of it. Dragon. Probably a little moist from last night, got a little dew on it. Alright, this is Joshua Firestone with Louisiana Gold Hunting Farm. I'm out here at CABA Area Beekeeper Association hives, putting in some nucs today. So what we did is we went ahead and set up our boxes. I got 1 gallon division board feeder. Come over here and film this if you can. Got a 1 gallon division board feeder, cap and ladder from Manlake. I've got 2 frames of drawn comb, one that was started with a starter strip, and another one that's foundation. It's older combs from dead outs, but they'll still work it. And I've got 1 frame of foundation. This is not the normal setup I would do, but it's just what we have, and it works. There's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly fine. I put the foundation to the outside, the drawn combs to the outside, and now what I want to do is I want to take each frame one by one, gently separate them. Not trying to get in a hurry, get crazy. Looks a little wobbly. You always pull out your first frame slow. And I'm looking at the first frame. There's eggs. I see some pollen. I don't see any nectar. But it's not the end of the world. We're just doing a food check right now, trying to make sure these bees have food. Sometimes when splits get made, they have just enough to last for a day or two, and you need to keep feeding these nucs. The main thing you want to keep doing is absolutely giving them feed. So we're putting that first frame right there in the box. For the next one. Pull it out. We got some brood. Cat brood here. Young larva. Not much food. We're still checking for the queen. If I don't find her, I'm not worried. I know that there's a queen in here. The Borlons do a good job raising queens and making nucs. Never have an issue. This nuc's a little shaky though. Here's the queen. Can you get a close up on her? You see her?
I see her. Where's your finger? Can you point at her with your finger?
Okay.
We got her.
Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and mark her since I found her. She's a pretty young queen. She's fast. Picking her up by her wings. When I grab the queen, I'll grab from the back side of the wings, scoop them up, and pinch them between my fingers. I'm not grabbing legs or thorax or nothing because I have gloves. I don't want to crush her. If you squeeze her abdomen, you might as well go ahead and throw her in the weeds. She's dead. You don't ever want to squeeze a queen's abdomen. So I've got her legs, her 2 front legs. I'm holding her between my gloves. She's not going anywhere. And I'm not breaking her legs either. I can feel her legs between my fingers. This is not this year's color, but I'm marking her blue for the sake of educational purposes so we can find her again. 1 dot on her thorax. Another dot. Big blue dot. She's marked. Put the cap back on. Put her back on the comb with the rest of her girls. That's all I needed to see. Now all we're doing is just taking the frames out, putting them back in. Still looking for food. Still seeing how these bees are doing. More cap brood, more eggs, young larvae, healthy bees, healthy hive. They're just a little short on food. That's to be expected. We've had some rough weather days. It's not the end of the world. And looks like a frame for them to work on. We got a little bit of nectar here. So I'm going to go ahead and shove these to the side. Put that one in there. You want to make sure you push all your frames together in the middle. See this gap right here between the sidebars? You don't want to leave that gap between the sidebars, because when the bees propolize it, they're going to propolize them together, and when you try to pry them back apart, it's going to rip the sidebars off the frames. So go ahead, push those gaps together. Make sure they're good and tight. You'd rather have gaps on the outsides of the hive body than in between the frames. Or not outside of the hive body, but outsides of the frames, the cluster of bees. You'd rather have a gap here and there than in here. If they attach wax out there, you can pull the feeder out and cut it off. It's easy. And smoke them. Make sure the smoker's still good lit. You don't have to clean off the top bars, but I want to. Just so my lid will lay flat. Save that wax. Scrape your wax off and save it. You can melt it down and reuse it on foundation and things like that. If you want to brush foundation onto your combs. I'm going to dump out the trash out here. Dirt and stuff. And if you got bees down in the bottom like this, in the bottom of the box, if there's a lot of them, all you have to do, take your box, turn it over like this, make sure the queen's on the top for us, tap it one time. Now all the bees are out of the box. Now you seal, I never opened this one, so seal your box back up. That's how you install a 5-frame knit. Thank you guys.